Good afternoon, whatever time it may be, morning or afternoon, if you're catching this on a replay. But if you're here with us live at 3 o'clock Eastern, welcome to a new episode of Talking About the Congo. And today's subject, we're going to be moving down the list to rule number 3, which is don't be money centered. Money centered. Money, money, money. Yeah, a lot of corporations, companies, they all think about making money. However, our aim in life, if we a not-for-profit, and especially if we're a social business, is to focus on our primary audience, our primary beneficiaries, that is the poor. We must solve their problem, whether that problem is health, lack of access to health, whether that problem is a not a supply of water, uh, whether they don't have goods, whether they need money to start businesses, microcredit, whatever they need food, whatever that problem is, our purpose, our main purpose, and our only uh, primary focus is on the poor, and we should be trying to solve their problem. And so that's the purpose of our social business is to be solving their problem. We need to solve their problem and work on it and continue to do that. So money is secondary. Money is secondary. Uh, Money is important, but it's not the most important. Money is necessary for sustainment. We talk about sustainability, and that's one of our hallmarks of a social business is to be sustainable. It takes money to be sustainable. That's the major difference between a not-for-profit and a social business is the not-for-profit continually asks its donors for monies to keep projects going or to start new projects. If a nonprofit uh, cannot get money, they do not succeed. For instance, this year, Congo Helping Hands, we've been curtailed in our uh, getting money from our donations from some of our people because we cannot contact them or they're having problems with unemployment, all types of different stuff. So our projects are going to be limited until we can get back up to full strength. So what are some of those items that you need money for? You need money to buy vehicles, especially in the Congo. You got to have vehicles. You got to have tough vehicles. You got to be able to repair those vehicles, keep them operational. That's the biggest thing that we see limits your mobility is businesses. You can't, there's no such thing as Ubers in the Congo. So therefore, you're going to need vehicles and whatever that you need to transport your people and supplies. And you need supplies. You're going to have to buy supplies, uh, and it will be more expedient and also more readily available if you buy those supplies within the host nation. In our case, we need to buy them in Kananga or in Kinshasa. If we buy them in Kinshasa, we have to ship them from Kinshasa out to Kananga, and those supplies are going to cost you to get them out there. Nothing is free. How about salaries? You're going to have employees, so you're going to have to pay salary costs. And number one is you want to pay those people who you employ a decent salary. You cannot expect to have good employees, employees that's not going to be trying to rob you at every corner if you're not paying them a decent salary. If they look at you as just trying to rob them, they're going to be less likely to be loyal and do their best for you. And finally, you may need to buy some type of structures, whether it's a building, whether it's in our case with the farm, going to have to build some stables and pens and places to not only to store the equipment, but also places to store the animals. You just can't let animals run free because they will wind up on somebody's table. So you got to have places to keep your animals safeguarded and take. And finally, we don't talk about this much often, but since you are running a social business, you're going to have to pay taxes. The tax system in the Congo is kind of a misnomer. Maybe I don't know. I'll say just say it's different. And the tax system, they do come after nonprofits, and they definitely come after businesses that you need to be able to pay your taxes to the government, whether they're exorbitant or whether they're you know unnecessary. Well, they shouldn't. They're not unnecessary, but whether they actually get to the government coffers is a different problem. So you also need money to expand. You want to at some time get bigger and better. So you need more people, more animals, more stables, more, you know, be able to provide more services to your people. So therefore, you're going to need to have money for expansion because the whole idea of this not-for-profit is not to be able to keep going back to your donor sources and say, hey, we need this and that, and we need this and that. You want to be able to uh, be sufficient and to not only be sustainable from year to year, but also be able to increase your level of operation. So you want more people, more buildings, more all those things that the money can buy. And also you want to uh, be able to take the opportunity to provide better service. If all of a sudden you find out that people really like chickens and things like that, you're going to have to be able to start a chicken production. If people all of a sudden they like different types, they want citrus, oranges, you're going to have to be able to go out get orange trees, make them seedlings, and you're going to have to grow and plant them and all that kind of stuff. That's expanding. Those are the type things that you want to be able to do. So I hope you get an understanding is that you don't want to minimize poo-poo the idea of making money, but you don't want that to be your uh, number one priority. Your number one priority is serving the people, solving their problem. We have to be able to solve their problem and at least give them a method that they can solve their problem. So that's what the number three rule is all about is don't be money centered. You want the money to be secondary and if not even you may even come up with something that could be ahead of money. But I would think money would be secondary behind the focus of serving the poor. So thank you all for stopping by today, catching us on the replay. We appreciate your, your patronage, and also we appreciate you spreading the word that we are talking about solving problems for the poor in the Congo. So tell your friends to join us or show them where that they can reach us. These broadcasts are being done on a number of different platforms, Facebook, YouTube, and also we're going to be on a podcast very, very soon. So take care. Remember, we're in a pandemic. Take care of yourself. Wash your hands, socially distance yourself, and wear your mask. We want to put this to an end so that we can get on to solving other different problems. So thank you very much, and we will talk to you tomorrow at 3 o'clock, where we will talk about Rule 4. Take care now.